How you doing, guys? So today I'm gonna teach you a game called Meeple Conquest. It's an area control, era style game for for 2 to 4 players, and plays in about 45 minutes to 1 hour. Okay, so on your turn, actually, first of all, this is the scoring track. This is the rounds. How many players? It's 4-player game. You go to 8 rounds. 2-player game goes to 4. And this is the actions that you can take on your turn. Okay, and the turn order says here. First player, how many meeples, the order, and how many meeples you can use on your turn. Okay, this is the graveyard when you kill an opponent, and this is the meeples for hire. When you get more meeples from the table, you can get them from here. Also, on your turn, you can choose one of these actions. What happens is, all these actions, the ability is done right away. Okay, so whenever you choose your action, you just pick this monument and build it on the map. And this action you gain, and this ability you gain right away. And then some of the terrains, they have some abilities, you see, and the terrain abilities will only happen at the end of the game. Okay, so this is the actions. Okay, let me show you like this. Over here you can get 2 victory points per friendly meeple in one adjacent terrain. Over here you can get 2 victory points per enemy meeple on one adjacent terrain. So this is friendly meeple, this is opponent meeple. Over here you can get 2 victory points per meeple on your square, on your space. And underneath you get 1 movement point, and 2 movement points. Okay. Over here you can build the castles. There's 2 castles on the map, and we build them with stones. Okay, and so this action, you add 2 stones to the castle, and then you can kill one opponent meeple. And whenever you kill a meeple, you put them in the graveyard, and the owner gets victory points in the end per meeple killed. And this action, you can get to build 2 stones on the castles, and you hire one of your meeples from there, and you can put anywhere you want. Okay, this meeple, you get it, you can put anywhere you want. So on your turn, you see, let's say I'm first player. Okay, there's a first player marker over here. Let's say I'm first player, so I'll use 2 of my meeples. I'll pick 2 meeples, and I pick one of these. Let's say I'll build some stones. I'll pick up this monument. This means that no one else can use this action this round. Okay, now I have to choose where do I want to build. Okay, so I'll get I'll build over here, and I get 2 victory points per meeple on this style. Okay, so I'll just put them over here. All of these actions are instant, so I get to build 2 stones. So I pick up 2 stones, and there's arrows over here. It's from left to right, so I put them over here, and I get 7 points. So I'm red, go to 7. And also I hire one guy, so I can hire this guy and put whenever I want. But over here I can gain 2 victory points per meeple, so I'll just leave them over here. So I'm building up my meeples. Okay, but also another rule: whenever you build your monument, you can move your meeples one adjacent spot for free. Okay, so I had 2 meeples before. I can put one here and put this one over there, and then gain my meeple and put it over there too, or whenever I want, whatever I want. Okay, but I'll just choose to leave them over here. Okay, so now it's yellow's turn, and he's second, so he puts 2 meeples. Okay, so let's see what he'll make. He'll go like this. He gained victory point per meeple on the spot. And then there's this terrain that's 2 victory points per meeple on spot, so he'll get twice. So he'll just go like this with the yellow here. He gets these guys 4 points because there's 2 meeples, and then he can move 2 points of movement. Whenever you have meeples on the board, you can go 1, 2, or 1, 2. That's your movement. So if, let's say, there's a blue guy here alone, I can move my guys over there and try to steal his monument and all that kind of stuff. So that was yellow, and now it's blue's turn. He can use 3 meeples and choose 1 monument and choose where he wants to leave them. Okay, so he builds like this, and he can move to adjacent places. He can move these guys over here. But remember, when you're using this free movement, you have to leave 1 guy on the monument that was just built. Okay, so let me explain. This is how the game is played. Let me explain now all the terrains. Over here at the end of the game, that's when you score terrains. If you have 1 meeple, you get 1 victory point. If you have 4 meeples, you get 10. The Tree of Life, 2 meeples, 2 victory points per meeple. The Village. The Village, you have 1 victory point per construction surrounding your village. Okay, so let's say you have 1 guy here, and there's all of these buildings around. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4 points over here. It's 1 victory point per monument surrounding your construction. That's the village. And you have the ruins. The ruins doesn't do anything. It's just empty. You can build, but there's no points to be made over there. And also there's all the victory points that you made, like building your castle. The game is played over 8 rounds for 4 people, 4 players, and whoever gets most victory points at the end, it's the winner. Thank you.